Other news now, the Lincoln Children's Zoo held a special event today to make sure all of their guests enjoy the animals.
The Sensory Safari provided opportunities for sensory-impaired guests to get a feel for the zoo. Channel 8's Matthew Mittleiter has more.
I don't know, what is this? This is a spiny-tailed lizard.
Oh,
you like that? You like that?
The Lincoln Children's Zoo held its annual Sensory Safari on Wednesday to provide guests who are visually or sensory impaired to touch, feel, hear, and smell at different stations around the zoo.
This?
Yes. Good job.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
There were also experts from organizations across Nebraska available at each station with information for visitors. John-Chapo, the president emeritus of the zoo, said the goal is to create an inclusive and engaging experience for guests with limited senses such as blindness.
You know, imagine going to the zoo if you're visually impaired. It's kind of hard to imagine that. And they're pulling out all kinds of great tricks and trades. They've got live animals and some plush animals and all kinds of things to smell and touch and hear, possibly even taste, you never know. So it's just a great immersive experience for folks to come to the zoo.
Guests could touch furs and feathers as well as live snakes and fish. They could also listen to the sound of bees and even smell and taste honey from honeycombs.
Go through the wax, correct?
That's right. It's very strong.
Oh, you did good.
Try it.
Chapo says this event goes back decades and says they were upset they couldn't do it the past couple of years because of the pandemic. He said it takes a lot of volunteers to put on, especially since there are usually several hundred visitors who come from all over the state.
Look at them. They're all clustered because they're trying to get warm.
The Lincoln Children's Zoo partnered with several Nebraska groups to put on the Sensory Safari, including the Nebraska-Game-and-Parks-Commission, who say this event is important to get kids interested in nature.
It's a great partnership between the Lincoln Children's Zoo and Nebraska Game and Parks, but also it's a way, again, specifically designed for those students with special needs and getting them interested in science and nature, because sometimes I feel there are audiences that we don't necessarily reach, and it's nice to come together with another Lincoln organization and have this event.
Reporting in Lincoln, Matthew Mittleiter, Channel 8 News.